Brothers and sisters, St. John presents to us very important distinction between being in friendship with God and actually loving God. The one who is in friendship with God is the one who follows the commandments, but actually the one who loves is able to make sacrifices, is able to lay down one's life, his life, for his friends. And we know that love requires sacrifices. Someone who loves must be aware that he might be called to make certain sacrifices to keep that love being burned. And the expression of love is actually a sacrifice. We know that someone who loves must be willing to make those sacrifices. And we actually know that the peak of the love of God, that love that God has to his people, was presented in the sacrifice of Christ on the cross. That is the highest representation of the love which God has to his people. And that's the sacrifice too. And we know from the other parts of the scriptures, especially from St. Matthew and also from Hosea, that God desires mercy, not sacrifice. And we might see a contradiction in that, but it's actually not. We know that mercy or forgiveness is the highest level of sacrifice. Someone who is merciful must be able to make those sacrifices, especially the sacrifice of his own pride, of his own desires. The one who wants to be merciful has to be aware that he has to make the sacrifice of his own desires, his own pride as well. And that is what we are called to make the highest sacrifice of being merciful to others. And we are not called to mere friendship with God. We are not just called to follow his commandments, but we are called to the highest of expression of love, which is sacrifice. And we all do that. We all make those sacrifices for Jesus. And we have to keep doing that. We have to make those sacrifices for God. We have to make those sacrifices for others, for brothers and sisters, everyone who is willing to encounter God. And there has to be always less of me, and in that way I'm able to love. I'm really able to love God and my brothers and sisters.